Welcome back. For today's lesson is how to shampoo fabric car upholstery, which is different than leather car upholstery. There's a couple things that I want to illustrate. One is the basic steps, which is you start by pre-vacuuming to suck up the loose, dry debris. That is very critical. What I want to stress with that I do not see enough people stressing, is how effective and important that first initial step is. You'll be surprised as to how much dirt you can break loose, because what most guys will do is they'll just come in with a vacuum cleaner and they'll vacuum up any loose debris and material. But you'll be surprised at how much of that dirt that you can break up using a scrub brush first. Now, most people associate the scrub brush after they've introduced their choice of a cleaner into the equation. I want you to introduce a scrub brush into the equation at the beginning, because it's much easier to break up that dry material, dirt and dust that's trapped in those fibers, and vacuum it up while it's dry. So you'll be surprised at how clean or how far you can get simply by doing it dry. So that's my first pointer to you. So you always start by pre-vacuuming and you pick up the loose debris first. Next, you pick your choice of cleaner. Also, what I want to illustrate is you don't have to overthink this. I know you're probably overwhelmed by the endless choices of car upholstery cleaners, and there's just a special cleaner for every type of material. So my go-to lately is the Simple Green. It's a concentrate, it's very economical. I can custom dilute it based on the needs or demands of the situation. And this is the rule. I have a nylon scrub brush and I have a non-abrasive scrub pad, synthetic material. It's always best after you have pre-vacuumed and now you want to introduce some liquid in the form of a cleaner to do light repeat applications until you've achieved desired results. We pre-vacuum, we spray, we scrub, and I'm going to use a white cloth for demonstration purposes only, because my go-to cloth is a microfiber cloth. I use microfiber because three specific reasons. It's way softer than a traditional cotton cloth. That's more important on the outside of the car versus the inside of the car. It's also way more absorbent than a cotton cloth, despite what you've been taught to believe. Thirdly, it will not leave lint like one of these cloths will, so I'm not having to redo my processes. So now that I've scrubbed that, and I'm going to default to this because it's white, and I just want to show you, despite you may be looking at the seat and think, oh, that's not that dirty, Darren. It's like, okay, well, how's that for not that dirty for you? Now this van, it's my actual work van. It has 240,000 miles on it, but I've kept this up very well, and I've not allowed it to get excessively dirty so that I'm so overwhelmed by the amount of dirt, I don't want to touch it. So this is what I do, is I break down the seat into sections. See that dirt? Who would have thought, right? A detailer's car. But most people, I promise you, would look at this seat and say, dude, that's not even that dirty. Well, I know it's dirty, and now I've proven how much dirt is there, and I guarantee there's still some dirt remaining, which is another point. You don't have to get bogged down by that, because people will be like, oh, if I can't remove all the dirt, or I need special equipment to remove all the dirt, well, I accept that there's no way I'm ever going to remove 100% of that dirt. So I'm not going to overthink that part. It's fibrous materials. It soaks up things, germs, bacteria, dirt. You're never going to clean it 100%. So just accept the reality of that. But you can visually make it look clean, and you can keep going in as many times as you want until you've achieved acceptable results for you in your world. So that's one of the points, is you break it down into manageable sections and you dissect it. Like I said, it's kind of like eating an elephant. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So you take it one section at a time till you have desired results, and so that you don't become overwhelmed by this big massive area that you think you have to clean and it's going to consume hours of your time. It's like, well, just attack it one section at a time. Spray, scrub, mop up. It's as simple as that. And then you just keep going back in until you, one, either have stopped pulling up dirt, or you look at the surface and you decided, you know what, that's good enough for me in my world and my time constraints. I'm going to call it quits because I want to move on to the next area. So with that said, is shampooing the upholstery of your car does not have to be overly complex. Really what I want you to do is just get off of the fence, start doing something about it, and just start somewhere. So with that said, leave me a comment. I want to know from you guys specifically what prevents you from doing this type of stuff to your car more often or more frequently. I get it. Everyone's got a life. We all get busy, but there's always going to be some underlying real reason. Like, oh, I just don't have time, Darren. Well, maybe it's really, I just don't value my car enough because I don't keep them long enough to worry about it. Or maybe I haven't learned how to manage my time so I can do it. Or maybe I'm so overwhelmed by all the choices in the industry that I don't know where to start. There's got to be some reason that you can reduce down to a single sentence and let me know what that reason is. The goal of that is that it will help me moving forward in creating videos for you guys. With that said, I'll end there. By all means, give me a thumbs up if you like it. Like literally, that's your actionable moment, is if you liked what I had to say, as in you went away with some useful information, hover over right now and give it a thumbs up. And play along, leave me a comment, and let me know the dimension of your world, what prevents you from taking that initial step and doing something as basic as this. Until then, we'll see you on the next video.